We're up to number 15 now. Doesn't take long to build up. And once you've done 2 or 3, you soon get the idea. And it's great fun choosing the different patterns of paper that are going to work together. If it doesn't work, you'll know next time. You can make your own apertures, of course, using simple shapes, rather than having to buy packs of ready cut cards. That's up to yourself, what you want to do. You can cut the apertures with a scalpel, or any of the special cutters that are on the market, if you'd rather do it that way. It's all a matter of choice. Crafting is all about doing it your way. If it doesn't turn out right, then there's another day to craft. Make sure it's well stuck down, no tape showing through. That's one of the most common mistakes, just cutting your bits too fine or showing tape coming through. But once you've made that mistake a few times, you soon learn not to do it. Once you've unpicked an iris folding, you'll say, don't want to do that again, as it's a bit footery to say the least. Not something I mind doing, funnily enough, but I'd rather get it right. It's a bit like untangling a chain of a necklace. Just make sure that's lying flat. You see, that wasn't quite flush there. Check again that the tape is not going over that edge of the cat pattern. Where are we up to? We're up to the black and gold. Tiny one. Place in position. You start to get faster as you get the flow going. And that's usually when I make mistakes. And there's a few mistakes between crafters. Onto the pussycat bit. Lay it against the line. And as it gets lumpier as you're laying the bits on top, you need to flatten it well, so that it's sitting neatly against the line with no gaps. Now this is a tricky one. You don't want it going over the line, so you put it somewhere out away from the pattern. We're back round to the silver. And here's where it starts to get tricky. Little tiny bits. You can easily get lost where you're going in the pattern. You can see that one there. It's actually got 2 parts on either side of the cat's neck. Just make sure it's covered over both sides. Hold it flat. Smooth on your tape. Keep well away from the pattern, but firmly down. Back to the kitty cat. Remember, if you cut it too short, just cut another piece. If you run out of the pattern, you're in trouble. You've got to start again. So always try and make enough strips of what you'll need before you start, so as you know you're going to have enough to complete the shape. You can see how it spreads round that kind of iris shape, swinging round almost like a fan, really. Now we're up to the black and gold. It's a tiny one this time. It's just sneaking in there. You can hardly see it. And this is where you've got to be careful you don't go into the pattern of the other side, because that's number 23, that's number 27. You don't want to go over the edge of the cap shape, but you also don't want it to not cover entirely, so this is where it gets tricky. Tape well away from the front of the card. Hold it down a good bit, holding it down without going over into the cat bit again. Black and grey cat. Now is that just quite long enough? It just makes it more. If you're not sure, cut a bigger bit. You see the numbers start to get smaller and smaller now. It's quite hard to see, but if you remember, you're making this iris shape that swings round like a fan. You begin to get the idea of how the pattern should go. And here we are back to the silver again. By this time you're starting to wonder, have you got the right colour? Cut off a bit bigger than you need. Hold it against. Look at that. Very tricky at this point. The experts, of course, find it so easy. There we are. No gap there. Now we're round to the little beige bit. With kitty cats on it. Cover up the line and look, we are now up to the four-sided shape in the middle. So that's two of the sides complete. Nearly there. Hold it down. Take it. Make sure it's crossing right over there. Into the gold. It's a wee tricky one, that. Cover it all over. Tape away. Now don't put your tape over there. Keep it well away. But at the same time, making sure it's well firmed down. Otherwise you have a kind of floppy look about everything. And it doesn't look so neat. An iris folding is so much about neatness, I think. And accuracy. It gives great results, particularly if you're using interesting papers. Holographic papers are wonderful for it, as you get that reflection. Now see there, I've put that one on too far over, just gently peel it off, hold it down, do it away from that bit. And at this point we're left with a four-sided shape in the middle, and we cover that over, usually with a bit of holographic paper or silver gold paper, something shiny just to stand out from the rest. So, you gently peel off the card off the mat, turn it over, and lo and behold, you have your cat shape all filled in. You can really see the iris effect there. It reminds you of a camera lens shutter. And the wee piece in the middle will just finish it off. And then once you've got that piece in, you place a bit of card over it all inside to cover the mess, and you can write here on the other bit of the card, or you just place an insert as usual inside your card, stick it down so that all that tape is hidden, and Bob's your uncle. And that's how you do iris folding with Get Creative.